happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to Christmas on the Common. Scott Olson alongside John Locke. And John, I'm happy to be here for Christmas on the Common yet again.
Glad to see you dressed up for this. I mean, I went full out here. I'm wearing whites. I got the elf uniform ready to go.
You're a better Christmas elf than I am. That's all I can say.
But this is a fun time here, Christmas on the Common taking place, and Christmas on the Common, very popular here in town. Something that we tried for the first time this year was a Christmas parade as Santa Claus was brought into the Common. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this year's Christmas on the Common.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 25th Annual Bridgewater Business Association Christmas on the Common. I think that's kind of appropriate with the hat. I just want to welcome all of you. You know, this is such a wonderful thing to have out here all of these people who've been blessed with a tremendous weather day and an awful lot of people. This is the first year, this is our 25th, it's 2017, but it's also the first year we had a parade to accompany us as well. So Santa and Mrs. Claus were dropped off and brought to right here, Christmas on the Common. Now, there are a lot of different vendors here. We had a record number of 117 vendors sign up for this. And as a matter of fact, a BBA member, BP Photo and Video is taping this as we speak. This is a really group event. Everyone in the BBA finds a way to donate their time or a sponsorship. You find many sponsors here. We have tremendous food group here. There's also Noonan Waste donated 4 vehicles to block the Common from any kind of problem that could occur. But yet, that's the kind of thing that I think you have with the Bridgewater Business Association. We are very, very fortunate. We're up over 200 members, and when you look around, not only are most of these people members, but they're from all over, not only Massachusetts, but Rhode Island and New Hampshire as well. So it's a great reach, it's a great organization. We've been around since 1984, and we give back. We have brought over $100,000 in donations to over 350 families in the Bridgewater area over the last 10 years. That's our way of giving back. And that's where the monies that come from events such as this, and of course our Autumn Fest, go to. It goes to the Bridgewater Business Association Assistance Fund, and that's where the dollars are spent. So when you come here, when you spend money in a BBA, Bridgewater Business Association sponsored event, like we are selling hot dogs here for, as a matter of fact, today, that kind of a thing, that's where those dollars go. So hopefully, if you aren't here this year, you will be there next year, or at our Autumn Fest, which is the last Saturday in September, and Christmas on the Common is always the first Sunday in December. So all I can say at this point is thank you to BP Video, thank you to all of the vendors, all of the great people that came here, thank you for the parade, and Merry Christmas.
I'm here with Ann now. This was a fabulous event here at the Bridgewater Senior Center hosted by the Garden Club. Now, can you tell me about this event? I mean, I saw a bunch of happy faces here today.
They are happy faces. We have done, this is the second program this week. We did a program on Monday for any children that signed up, and they had to sign up ahead of time because we had to know how many materials and so forth to use. But they come to make their own arrangements. And I put the parents down and back because this is a project for the children to do. And I try and make it an educating project. For instance, if you use pine, and any of you out there that have had pine, you get pine pitch on you, one of the easiest things to do, get a teaspoon, not your fingers, a teaspoon, and go into either the mayonnaise jar or the peanut butter jar, pull out a teaspoonful, rub it all over you, and then wash your hands with hot sudsy water, and the pine pitch will all come off, and it's a simple remedy. But the kids enjoy learning that. The parents usually enjoy learning things like that. We try and make this a program where they can learn about greens, learn about the differences between the hollies and the pines, and just have a good time, make their own arrangement, and it all goes home and everybody always has a good time.
Any special tips that you gave to the kids to make sure that their greens are going to stay in nice, beautiful shape?
Well, they need water, of course. And what we gave them was a small deli container filled with a piece of oasis, which has been soaked. It started out wet, and hopefully when they get home, they will put some more water in it to keep it filled, and then fill it periodically so that the greens will stay until Christmas. And I've had children over the years that have taken them to Grandma's house, have gone off with them or put them in their bedroom because it's their greens. And it's just a fun thing to do. The kids always love it. My garden club help has been fantastic. They clean the floor as they're doing now. They help set up, they help clean up, and it's just a nice program for us.
And since we're in the Christmas spirit, I heard you singing a bunch of Christmas songs over there. Can you tell me what is your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, Holy Night.
Oh, Holy Night. Mine too.
Yes.
All right.
We don't try and sing that with this group, but we keep it, light and fun. And
Yeah.
I was surprised. They weren't very noisy. I expected to have more noise, and there's usually another rendition to Rudolph, but I didn't hear that today.
Thank you so much, Anne.
You're welcome. Thank you. Merry Christmas. I think they look beautiful. I think you should have a round of applause.
So among everything else happening at the Common for Christmas on the Common, one popular thing is the Family Performing Arts Center. They're always here doing special performances. A couple years ago they did Cat in the Hat. We had How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think we had Shrek here one year, but nevertheless they are back here for another year, and we actually talked to them early on about their newest play.
I'm here with Lisa Troy and Prince Dauntless from the performance Once Upon a Mattress. I hope I said that right. And for those who are not familiar with the Family Performing Arts Center, could you give us a quick description of what they are and what they do here in town?
Absolutely. We were founded 2 years ago, and what we do is we present family-friendly musicals on a very big budget for the South Shore community. We are hoping that we can be considered sort of that bridge between Boston and Providence in terms of the high-quality professional theater that we are in fact offering to families. And our goal is that we will be entertaining families across the entire South Shore, and we are determined to keep our ticket prices modest so that everyone can enjoy live theater. It's very important to us that everybody can participate and enjoy. We love musical theater ourselves.
Certainly a great organization. You've done a couple of performances here in the past. They all went very well and very well attended, very well produced. So kudos to you, and I am sure Once Upon a Mattress will be just the same. Now, for those of you who are not quite familiar with the Princess and the Pea, myself, could you tell us a little bit about what audiences can expect when they go to see this performance?
Yeah, absolutely. It is not exactly the fairy tale that we all know. It's got a wizard and a jester and all kinds of knights, magic, huge dance numbers, huge dance numbers. We practice some, and we're always out of breath. Huge, big, jazzy score, super upbeat songs, and funny, funky, weird characters that are a lot of fun.
What does it take for you to get prepared for performance? I know you did a very nice job. I'm sure we'll see that on the Bridgewater this week. What does it take for you to get ready for a performance like this?
Oh, well, it's a lot of rehearsals. The whole cast is working really hard. But then right before the show, we'll do plenty of warming up, plenty of stretching. We've got 2 great dance captains who will lead us through a physical warm-up, and we'll get ready to do a really kind of, the big comedy characters are kind of physically demanding, so that takes a lot physically and vocally to master.
Now, I'm sure you're quite happy when the show starts and also happy when it ends, when you finally can get to take a little bit of a break.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to getting out of my boots. I love my boots, but I've been in them all day.
Right.
Now, have you done a performance like this in the past?
This is my first time performing with the Family Performing Arts Center,
And we're thrilled to have Andrew with us. By the way, he's multi-talented. He's also a teacher for one of the governing organizations is Arts for Youth. at Bridgewater State University. We are the funding organization for the Family Performing Arts Center, and we are lucky that Andrew has been on staff with us for many summers, I think 5 now, as a teacher, and also thrilled as he is now also a student at the very prestigious Brandeis Theater, Brandeis University, that he is now with us as a performer at the Family Performing Arts Center.
Well, congratulations for you for being at Brandeis. Now, Arts for Youth is a great program in town and certainly helped a lot of young individuals here.
Yes.
Could you just describe that just a little bit for people who are not familiar with Arts for Youth?
Sure. We're an arts organization, and we offer, our biggest offering actually is a multi-arts camp that we run at the Bridgewater Rainham Regional High School every summer. We are now 20 years old, and we have 2 3-week sessions, and we offer a myriad of arts classes for children ages 7 to 12. We also have a very large camp for the arts for teens, and that's where they produce a Broadway junior show in their 3-week session, and we have grown from 40 campers 20 years ago to 180 children each 3-week session. So we have grown and grown and grown, and we are very lucky to have a staff that loves children and who also love the arts. So we are very, very lucky to have them come back summer after summer.
And we're very lucky to have Arts for Youth and all these performing arts in the town of Bridgewater. Is there anything else you'd like to add for the people watching Bridgewater this week?
We would love for you to come see Once Upon a Mattress. And of course, those dates again are January 5, 6, and 7, and January 12, 13, and 14. We've got shows at 7 p.m., a family-friendly time to begin a show. And we have a 2 p.m. matinee on each Saturday and Sunday. And we would love to see you there. Thank you so much.
So tickets are on sale for Once Upon a Mattress. Once Upon a Mattress runs Friday, January 5th, Saturday the 6th, Sunday the 7th, and as well as Friday the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. Showtimes are available on the FamilyPerformingArtsCenter.com, as well as information for where you can buy tickets.
And we heard them earlier with a couple of performances. Great place. Certainly, I invite you to go check it out. Family Performing Arts Center is putting on that place. So good luck to them coming up over the next couple of weeks.
And another great event that's happened here is the Bridgewater Garden Club Green Sale. It's happened on the first Saturday in December.
And this is a great chance for the community to come out, maybe get their trees, wreath. But there is also a great part of the sale that does take place right after the sale. All the leftovers go to the kids, and they would decorate the wreaths and trees and all that. And certainly a great way to try and help out some of the younger people.
Well, certainly a great event for the kids to get their holiday wreaths, and certainly, like you said, help out the young people. Well, the Christmas season certainly is a time of giving and time of goodwill, and you see stories like this every year, and it's always wonderful to see of people giving back to their community. We've seen it all around town, and we have a few examples that we've seen in the past few weeks, few months, and we'd like to show them to you right now.
This is a Hamburg soup, 10 pounds. It's hearty soup.
Every Saturday, Peter Kelleher drives to where there are homeless populations, providing people with a warm, homemade meal.
I do this for the parents that have lost their kids.
Peter says his own son Travis had been homeless while battling addiction. Fearing money would pay for drugs, Peter would bring him food instead.
Handsome man. Smart. And he didn't need to be out there.
Travis died from a drug overdose in September of 2016. Peter carries his photo and a statue from his mother every time he goes out.
I was very fortunate to get this. Up.
Assisted by his service dog Koji, Peter doles out soup from a makeshift serving station in the bed of his truck. One day, he noticed an elderly woman without any gloves. He put a simple request on Facebook, and the donations began pouring in.
These are all new gloves. Coming to me in the mail. These are all new hats. I'm collecting these right here. It will be for Christmas Day.
So far, he's spent most Saturdays in Brockton, but Peter is willing to go wherever his help is needed most.
I'll go from here to I don't care where. The town or city of time. If I fill out the back of my truck, I'm not going anywhere until those are passed out. And there are people walking the streets 24 hours a day. It's all about for me. It's people helping people.
Just driving up the driveway, you just feel like, a comfy, cozy blanket. You feel like home.
Which is exactly what the founders of Sunshine Farm Sanctuary had hoped for.
It's just a great experience for us to have this amazing relationship with these great kids.
In 2015, Mel Lambert and Nancy Murphy opened the retreat for children in the foster care system.
Nancy and I started out as being mentors to children, and we saw what was going on in the system and how desperately the children needed a place to feel safe and a place to feel like they belong.
Sometimes the kids who have been here a lot will give the new kids a tour, and they're always so proud to be able to show off someplace that they're familiar with.
The goal is to provide children with consistency and acceptance in a life full of uncertainty. On the farm, there are animals to care for, gardens to tend to, and games to play. Artwork and photos are displayed on all the walls inside the house, and there is a quiet space to read and relax. 75 to 100 children visit each week.
The house is really for the children so they have a sense of belonging, a sense of safety, a sense of a home. If they're adopted, they can always come back here for a sense of consistency. Lavea, go ahead.
Like 6-year-old Lavea.
She so looks forward to it. She loves it very much. She absolutely is huge animal lover. One of her most favorite things is just the simple koi pond with the frogs.
Oh, I see him! He's huge!
Animal therapy is a major component of the farm's mission to help children heal through compassion and happiness.
We based our program on Dr. Bessel van der Kolk's healing of children that have suffered trauma. And all our work is dedicated to development of the frontal lobe and emotional regulation. And we do that through arts and crafts, animal therapy, horseback riding. And the horses have an unbelievable vibratory energy for the children.
Smaller animals offer another opportunity for bonding and for comfort. The farm is home to several donkeys, cats, bunnies, and dogs, including their newest addition, a St. Bernard named Tonka.
This is Mr. Tonka. He's a little St. Bernard. And this is Devin, who's a great friend and a great advocate of Mr. Tonka's.
For the Lamberts, this is a family affair.
Devin's our main volunteer and helps with all the animals and all the arts and crafts, and she's just wonderful. She's unbelievably kind to all the children.
Sunshine Farm is always looking for volunteers to spend time with the children or to help out with donations or their holiday festivities.
And we have Halloween parties and Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas dinners and Santa. You just never know where this wonderful journey will take you. But I can guarantee you, you will never be the same person once you meet the kids. Never.
Take a drive down Vernon Street in the evenings, and chances are there'll be a line of cars in front of the Sherrick house.
This year's been great.
Scott Sherrick is the man behind this spectacular holiday delight.
I've always loved Christmas. I always loved just the look on kids' faces, because it was the same look that I had when I saw the lights.
Inspired by his neighbors, Scott began installing small light displays as a teenager.
It was a road called Norfolk Drive, and it was a huge display where the cars would always line up and everything like that. So I said, you know, it's cool. It's cool people go to see that, so I wanted to kind of get on that road someday. We started off with lights in the bushes.
Many light displays later, and Scott's enthusiasm for the holidays created the perfect spot for a special proposal he and his wife Robin continue to celebrate every year.
The lights seemed to be me, and I ended up proposing to her in front of the lights, and when I first turned them on initially, and it was really special.
15 years ago, the Sherricks took down their Weymouth light display for the final time and moved to Bridgewater.
Part of the idea of buying the house was, is it going to be, you know, where people can see my display?
Which continues to grow every year. There are the traditional elements and the modern ones too. This year, Santa pays the Sherrick home a visit and lights dance to music at the top of the hour.
We just kind of made like the North Pole right in the middle of the yard this year, and I like it. I think it's pretty neat.
And Scott puts a lot of work into it. He begins tinkering with the display in mid-November.
I have to test everything, make sure it's all working, so it makes it easier when I put it out.
And starts setting up on Thanksgiving.
And I do little by little. I do it so the neighborhood can't notice what's going up first.
And when he thinks about retiring,
there's been times where I do this and I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so like, oh, but then when the kids show up with their plastered on the windows and everything, it makes it all worth it.
The lights go on every night and stay on until about 9:30 p.m. They'll be up until January 1st.
Thanks to the town of Bridgewater and for supporting, and I like when you stop by, and I like seeing the kids. Makes me happy. It makes it all worth it. Merry Christmas.
Well, that's about all the time we have here on The Common. We thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us throughout the year. Our next episode will be the year in review, and it's certainly been a fun year anchoring with you, John.
It has. I mean, we can get ready for 2018's call. We still have one more episode left in 2017. But as we leave you here this week, I want to first of all wish everybody a happy holiday across town and watching online as well. But we're going to leave you with some of the performances from all around town, from the elementary school, middle school, high school, as we give you the sounds of the season. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.